We are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy.
Dummy. Conspiracy dummy.
Hey, welcome to Conspiracy Dummy, the conspiracy podcast that brings you
a non-stop talk alternative, a constant barrage of eye-opening conspiracies and ad-libbed innuendo. Too bad there's only 24 hours in a day. Or is there? This is 24-hour Gribble Talk.
I'm your host, Double D. Joining me on the podcast, we have Mr. Williams. What's good?
Glad to be back, man. Glad to be back. Really excited for today.
Yep. Shit's crazy, man. A lot of shit going on in the world. You want to get into some current conspiracies before we start our topic?
I mean, where do we begin? There's so much.
So much, huh? Shit, man. People be getting suicided.
I mean,
again.
I mean, well, when does somebody not been suicided in the news cycle? But of course, somehow Jeffrey Epstein,
his confidant
back in the news.
Yeah, he's a former French model agent, Jean-Luc Brunel, and he was found hung by his bed sheets in the prison cell, bro, in Paris.
Oh shit!
Similar to Epstein, I think too. He was found hung by his bed sheets.
Yeah.
So far they ruled it as a suicide, but perhaps, maybe, just maybe, he was suicided.
I wouldn't be surprised. I didn't hear much about that guy at all. Like, whenever he popped up in the news the other day dead, I didn't really hear anything about him. I mean, of course, you heard big names, with whether it be Trump or anybody else that flew on the Lolita Express, but this guy in particular, I really didn't hear that much about. So I'm interested to see what how he was affiliated with all of this.
Yeah, man, and he was awaiting trial, bro, when some accusers or former models accused him for rape and sexual harassment.
Oh wow!
So yeah, someone got to him, I guess, or I don't know. Maybe his conscience got to him. I don't know. See what's up. I don't know.
That's crazy. Not surprised, but good riddance.
Yeah, it makes you think too about that Ghislaine chick. Like, I wonder if they have her locked up like crazy, bro. Like Fort Knox or some shit.
No, they probably have her. In some. There's a lot of types of jails. I mean, you got maximum security and low security. She's probably in a super low security, to the point to where she probably has a bigger cell. I bet you she has a TV in there and some small minor, amenities here and there.
Yeah.
Maybe access to makeup, even, possibly. But I'm sure she's not,
She has like a vanity.
It's not
here.
Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
I don't know, man.
And when you're the daughter of fucking, what was that guy? Who's her dad?
Oh shit, I forgot.
I was gonna say Les Wexner, but I know that's not right.
Nah, but you know what they need to do is just take away her bed sheets. That's it.
Yeah.
Before she thinks of something or they use it for something. I don't know.
Those sweet silky sheets.
Yep. All right, now on to the next one. Let's get on to this shit, dude. The alleged Fidel Castro's son, Justin Trudeau, and the Canadian government invoked the Emergency Act a couple weeks back, but now it's now lifted. But they seized and froze accounts and did away with crypto and shit, and all the funding that was going towards the protesting.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty. I thought it was a pretty drastic measure to pull for them to do that. I think it was kind of fucked up. The other thing I heard too was that, after people had left, they unfroze a lot of accounts and everything kind of went back to normal. They just did that as a drastic measure to break up, the whole convoy and everything like that, which is kind of fucked up, to see, a government body exercise that right as opposed to exercise a more diplomatic right. For instance, of talking about it, hearing the people doing this and that.
Well, they're for protests when it helps them.
Right. That's just, I don't know, it's just the race they didn't want to be in, I guess.
Yeah, when it goes against their agenda, man, they'll pull fucking things like this just to get what they need. And
I
don't know. And then, leading into that with the sanctions with a lot of countries, with Russia, where it's like the brink of World War III right now. Russia's invading Ukraine and then maybe other areas too, bombing
Sad.
nuclear plants and shit like that, taking over Chernobyl. I don't know what the fuck you call it, but
There's even been
it's
a lot
sad,
of
bro. It's really sad. Yeah. Yeah.
there's been a lot of talks about they came in and agreed that they were going. Russia and Ukraine agreed they were going to have some certain major cities have a ceasefire.
Yeah.
So there could be like refugees, try to use those as escape routes and stuff. But Russia said yeah, but then they said fuck that, and they're still bombing, these non-ceasefire areas that they, the reason why they called it ceasefire was to let just civilians escape and shit, people that didn't want to, be there. They said millions of people were trying to flee, like within a few days. It was crazy.
Fucking Pootie, man. Pootie Tang, bro. He's going crazy over there and shit.
I mean, I don't know. I heard it's all about something. NATO's getting close to his border. He doesn't want, NATO getting that close, having missiles.
Well, yeah, like he's trying to live the glory days back in the USSR. You know what I mean? He's trying to maybe unite the Soviet Union and shit. But I think they're starting this alliance, this independence. I think it's Poland, Britain, Turkey, Ukraine, and shit like that. With not relying on NATO so much, but that's probably what's pissing this dude off. You know what I mean? He's feeling he's getting backed in the corner, and I don't know, man. It's crazy. I don't know. Fucker's gangster though, man. You know what I mean? It just.
I heard
of all the world leaders. You know what I mean?
I heard there was something in the grapevine that Putin might have, premature Parkinson's disease.
I heard that too, man.
And
he
might
has long COVID and shit.
And he might be, trying to leave a legacy. Because he knows he might, he knows now at this point his days could be numbered. You never know how severe a disease is going to be. So, he could be trying to do something drastic to either fuck everything up or to try to leave a legacy. But
damn.
Either way, it's fucked up, to say the least. Because, there's a lot of men, women, and innocent children that have died for no fucking reason, dude.
Up.
It's really fucked up.
Fucked up.
God bless the people that have escaped and the people that are, unfortunate to still be there. My heart goes out to those people because I can't imagine what those families are going through, man.
It's like, I don't know, man. Like, and I think just NATO too, trying to, gain more countries. I guess I don't know. I don't know if that's like a right thing to do. What is NATO by the way?
Fuck, I always get this fucked up.
What is NATO?
Non-academic
Northern Atlantic Treaty Organization.
There it is.
Yeah.
There she is. Okay.
So,
and that's basically my layman understanding of it is that basically these groups have said that they won't fire on each other.
Yeah.
And if an opposing person that's not in NATO invades them or fires on them, all of them will donate resources and stuff, whether it's finances, military aid, things along those lines to fight the opposing force. So, for instance, Russia's not in NATO. If they were to invade a NATO
country,
alliance country like Belarus or somewhere else, everybody else that's in NATO, I don't really know France, Germany, America, some other European countries. I don't know about South America, but, a lot of fucking people. That's a lot. But granted, they say Russia has the most nuclear warheads. So it's still pretty scary.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
But
you can't even have a World War III, bro. We are on the brink of fucking war right now with a lot of shit like cyber and information and it's crazy, bro.
It's scary, man.
And then what's your thoughts on the State of the Union with Biden?
Oh, it was. I watched a little bit of it. I didn't really pay attention to too much of it, to be completely honest. I think a lot of that's just kind of song and dance. That's just kind of theater and shit. I think they just trying to give out a little itinerary or whatever the fuck of what they want done, and none of it's gonna fucking happen. It's just all please talk.
And it's all eyes on Ukraine right now. But dude, look what's going on in Yemen or Syria.
What's been going on in Yemen the whole time, bro?
Yeah, man. No mention of it.
Nah, man. Years, dude. What is it? The Chinese are killing the Uyghur population or something along those lines.
I don't know, man.
Or these Uyghurs are
it's Uyghurs.
That too.
Yeah.
And they're
What is that?
open? What
is that, anyways?
A what?
The Uyghurs.
Like like the Uyghurs or
Yeah. What is that? Yeah.
Shit, I don't even fucking know,
I don't
to
even
be
know what
honest
the
with you.
fuck Jamie, pull it up. Yeah.
I think it's, I don't know, maybe it's some religious sect or something.
Okay.
I don't know, to be honest with you. But yeah, those people are getting fucking murked left and right, and there's open air slave trade still.
Yeah, man.
To this fucking day.
To this day.
So, to this day.
Iraq too. There's a lot of just crazy shit going on that just, I don't know, man.
I don't know. There's a lot of shit that needs to be fucking touched on and fixed, but who knows, man? We might be at the point where you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, and that's a scary thing, man. You know, and you've got people talking about, there was a video that came out the other fucking day, dude, and it was scary, bro. It was your boy Klaus Schwab, and he was talking about how they were using all these young leaders. Like, you look up the video, he specifically says that they have positioned these young political leaders in certain cabinets. He uses names like Trudeau. I can't remember another name he used. Just a lot of younger, and they're positioning that for what they call the global reset, right?
Great reset, huh?
Yeah, and you know, it's just all new world order shit, and it goes back to black sigil magic, dude. Black sigil magic is where they put these. It's black sigil magic is like symbology and stuff, where they use symbols to like put things out in front of you under your nose, so you kind of see it, but it's not really blatantly open to you, but you kind of know it's there. For instance, like the pedophile symbols. You know, I know, you know, people can construe a spiral in any way, but a lot of them are specific shapes. And yeah, if you wear rose-colored lenses, you're only going to see roses. I get that side of the argument.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of symbology that goes around and shit. And, you know, they could just be doing that, letting us know that the fuck is going to happen, and there's not going to be any negative karma blowback.
It's like the Riddler. He just leaves us little clues because,
Yes.
you know what? Yeah, I see it. Yeah. Yeah. I could see that, man. Fucking sick motherfuckers.
It's fucked up, man.
Yeah, man. And look at them, all just these world leaders, bro, just trying to keep it together. Look at Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, don't
When
even.
I mean keeping it together, like trying to keep her fucking human skin on, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Fucking that reptilian whore.
Oh, dude. I mean, I don't even know how much human skin does that, you know, fucking reptile go through. Dude, I've never, you know how like evil people, like there's a meme or a gif out there or like an image or whatever the fuck. It's always like, you know, an evil guy scheming, rubbing his hands together in a dark corner going ee hee hee hee.
Yeah,
there's something like that where in the State of the Union, she stands up but she rubs her knuckles together, dude. Like she's trying to create some sulfuric portal to fucking hell, dude. Nancy Pelosi is a demon, dude.
For reals.
Dude, that chick.
Crook.
That chick's been in Congress for 34 years, has had an annual salary of $193,000. If you times $193,000 times 34 years, that's roughly, I don't know, dude, like 7 million, somewhere in the range of like 7 million, give or take $1 million. Mm-hmm. Her net worth is 114 million. How the fuck did she go from, you know, under 10 mil to worth 114 million? Couldn't have been insider trading. Couldn't have been insider trading.
It's that dark arts, bro. She's like summoning up some shit, bro. She's trying to do something.
You know? So sulfuric demon portals, dude.
That's crazy, man. You know what? To solve all the world conflicts, bro, instead of everyone just going to war, sending our sons and daughters off to war, we need to get the world leaders just to fucking duke it out, bro. Just to go to fucking Batman, like fight to the death, Thunderdome style. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And just, you know, have it for our entertainment, bro. I would think that's awesome as fuck. I would watch that shit. Pay-per-view.
And you know how...
No downloads.
You know how it'd be a good one? Because...
Illegal downloads.
Believe it or not, Trudeau is actually like a really good boxer. Putin is like a world-class jiu-jitsu guy, or sorry, not jiu-jitsu, judo guy. And I'm sure he knows a lot about combat sambo as well.
Getting motherfuckers whacked and shit.
Yeah, but, you know, there's other guys, you know, like Anthony Weiner, for instance. You know, if he was somebody, he would get folded super easily, as an example. But there's some... Long story short, there'd be some good fights, dude. Dude, that'd be a good card to set up.
Yeah, man.
What are we thinking? $79.99, $99.99 pay-per-view?
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's just everybody wants to be badass, be independent, like the great state of Texas, I guess. But they can't be the king of the hill. I want to talk about this show, this great show.
God bless Texas and God bless King of the Hill. King of the Hill is a great show, man. For those of you that haven't seen King of the Hill, it was created by Mike Judge, Greg Daniels. It started off in January of 1997 and ran through May of 2010.
On Fox. Yeah.
On Fox primarily, yep. Great show. You know, I'm not really good at articulating synopsises of shows or things like that, but my layman understanding, it's kind of a peer into the life of a, I don't want to say semi-conservative. I don't know how conservative. We'll just say, you know, a conservative, you know, family trying to raise their only son while encountering, you know, real, quote unquote, real world problems that a family might see and dealing with them in humorous ways and having humorous outcomes.
Yeah.
So the show's got a lot of depth. There's a lot of characters involved with it that also have a lot of depth in them as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great show. I think it'll probably go down as one of the. I truly believe the last 40 years, maybe 30, 40 years, is the golden era of animated television. I mean, there's so many shows, dude, that are going to stand the test of time. Not to trail off for a moment, but, you know, Futurama, King of the Hill, The Simpsons. I mean, we could just go on, continue to name so many, you know, animated series. But King of the Hill, it's based in a fictional town called Arlen, Texas. Now, Arlen, Texas gets its name because they said Mike Judge, at one point when he did reside in Texas, he lived, I think, in Garland, and maybe in Arlington. So that's where they get the name Arlen. They merged Garland and Arlington together. If you look at a lot of the aesthetic makeup of the houses on that show, a lot of them resemble. There's houses in Garland like this too, and there's also houses in smaller suburbs like Richardson, where they have these shout out where they have these little. I don't know what the term for them is, but you know, they're small little quaint houses. They have gable vents, little ranch style ramblers, things like this. It's the aesthetic is very beautiful. It's, you know, very small town vibe. Arlen is. They say they use a lot of towns in the series. Maybank, for instance, that are real towns. They also use fictional towns, but you can kind of locate where fictionally Arlen would be, and a lot of people, the general consensus, if Arlen was a real town based off of the real and fictional towns they used in the series, that it would be located somewhere between, I believe, Temple, Texas and Waco, Texas, kind of in more southern Texas, southern middle Texas, if you will.
Yeah, Tejas. Yeah, man, and great characters of the show.
Awesome characters, dude.
And they're, you know what, they're bringing the show back too. I want to mention, man, that's what's really cool. But sometime next year. But let's talk with the main character, Hank Hill.
Okay,
talk a little bit about him. Let's go through the homeboys.
So, I mean, Hank Hill, you know, he's the father of Bobby Hill and the husband of Peggy Hill. You know, he's very conservative. You know, he curses, things like this. They say, you know, he's so just disgusted, I guess, by any kind of nudity or anything sexual that
straight edge.
Very straight edge. You know, they have a hard time believing that he actually conceived, you know, Bobby, for how weirded out he is by any kind of nudity or anything like that.
And how narrow his
urethra is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But nah, he's the main character. Hank's got a lot of depth. There's a lot of times where you see Hank gets challenged. You know, for instance, in the episode where Hank ends up having to go to anger management because he loses his anger and accidentally cuts off Dale's finger in a table saw accident. So he goes and meets this guy there, and this guy ends up having a conniption fit, yelling at a guy in a driveway, and dies on the spot of a heart attack from anger. And Hank sees this and realizes that, you know, that anger is not the way to go, and, you know, passes anger management. But then, you know, the boys dig a tunnel under the driveway thinking it's a good idea. They got beer down there, a beer cooler, and they're playing solitaire in the fucking tunnel under the alley. Here comes a garbage truck that Hank sees, and he's trying to pet the cat, you know, get the boys out of the tunnel, but they're not having anything for it. And so you see Hank's face start to change, and he screams and yells, tell me you better get their ass out of there. I'm going to kick your ass up here and down the street, and yada, yada. And they snap to it and they get the fuck out. So there's a lot of great examples and a lot of good life lessons that Hank in the show kind of really provides.
What about Bill?
I was gonna say Bill. Bill is it's hard to explain Bill, man. Bill is just a weird fucking guy. He's divorced. He back in the day, they show little flashbacks in the show of him being a prime high school athlete, having long flowing hair and just being a stud.
He was in the military, a barber or something.
He was in the military. There's a scene where there's I don't know the name of it, but the barrel that extends from a tank, he's just sitting there doing fucking pull-ups for days on it. Now he's all fat and bald and lonely. Divorced, and he's got this really weird obsession with Hank's wife, Peggy. He even mentions in the exact same episode that I just mentioned, matter of fact, there's a scene in that episode where Bill says, in that anger management thing, Hank has to be 100 feet away from the boys at all times until he passes the class. And Hank's like, why don't y'all guys just let me come on over there? And Bill's like, hell no. One time I made a shrine or something out of Peggy's underwear. I can't imagine what you would do to me. So he's done some real weird shit.
And the conspiracy is that he's the father of Bobby.
Yeah. That's the conspiracy. I forgot where that. I mean, there's a lot of variables. His narrow urethra, Hank's narrow urethra.
Kind of look similar in a way.
Yeah, they kind of look similar-ish. His weird obsession with Peggy and everything along those lines.
Yeah.
So
what about the fucking pimp daddy, the bachelor of them all, Jeff Boomhauer?
Oh, Boomhauer.
Man, talking about that dang old cuffs and collars, man. Like when they come over to clean that pool, man, start going.
Boomhauer, like I said, I mean, he's just the bachelor of the group. He's a single dude. You don't really know much about Boomhauer, really, besides that he just fucks, dude. That's it. I mean, he just fucks, dude. That's it. Yeah. Can hardly understand a word the guy says.
Like run-on sentences and shit.
Yeah. Dang on went down to the dang on ice cream shop and the dang on. And he's a great fucking character. You can hardly understand. There's a few scenes where he does talk normal, which is a really good scene where they end up going into the fire department.
And another conspiracy, he might be undercover or like was it like a Texas Ranger or something? I think.
Well, that's at the end of the show. Yeah. At the end of the show, they flip open the wallet.
Spoiler if you guys haven't seen it. My
yeah,
bad.
Spoiler alert. If you flip over at the end of the show, like the one of the last minute of the very last episode, there's a scene where Boomhauer, they're all going to Hank's to go to a barbecue, and Hank, for whatever reason, Boomhauer takes his keys out and puts his wallet on the dresser, and as he does that, his wallet comes open, and you see a little license in there that says Boomhauer, Jeff, Texas Ranger. Because he said he was a pilot. A few times I know they referenced him being a pilot at some point in time. So who knows? He could be a spy. I mean, you never know.
Shit, that's crazy, man.
Who would he be spying on?
Well, maybe our character, the last but not least, your friendly, oddly neighbor, Dale Gribble.
Dale,
a.k.a. Rusty Shackleford.
Dale Rusty Shackleford Gribble.
Yeah. Rusty Shackleford, man. Yeah, bro, this dude, he's like a jack of all the dope trades, man. He's a
pest technician.
Yeah, pest technician, a businessman, a gum club president, a bounty hunter, smoker, drinker, and a conspiracy theorist.
And he's a gun for hire.
Yeah, he's a gun for hire. And he also mentions that he's a clone of the original Dale Gribble, who is a super warrior from the year 2087.
Oh, shit.
Damn, that fool's locked and loaded, bro.
Dude, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And he carries multiple weapons at all times.
And pocket sand.
Listen, pocket sand is the most crucial thing. If you're not leaving the house with a pocket full of sand, I mean, how are you going to defend yourself?
For real, for real.
I mean, that should be your first go-to.
And, well, we're going to get into some Gribble talk, man. We're going to talk about some of the conspiracies that he's said on the show.
Looking forward to this one. There's so many, man. It's so funny how well this correlates to Conspiracy Dummy, dude. Just with Dale being, such a conspiracy head. And to be honest with you, in my opinion, and by all means, please correct me if I'm wrong. The audience doesn't know, but I don't generally watch. I don't watch a lot of shows, or especially news shows or anything. But is it fair to say that there's not a lot of characters that are conspiracy kind of, have some conspiracy about them, or bring up, conspiracies on a lot of shows. Because that's really a big arc of Dale, is that he's a very paranoid conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
And you don't... In a new show, I don't think they would ever categorize a character unless it's a full series that's mocking conspiracies, like what's that show? Not the Rick and Morty one, but the new one, Inside Job.
Inside Job.
Which
is a good one. I like
it's not bad. It's not bad, but some of it can be kind of mockumentary.
Yeah.
A little bit, but you don't really see characters like that have an overarching conspiracy kind of vibe to them.
Yeah.
So it's really...
I can't think of any right now.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Yeah. But
just wanted to point that out real quick.
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's get into it, man. Okay, this is one of the first ones we're gonna get into.
Hey, I know what's wrong with your truck. It's your quote-unquote pollution controls. I heard on talk radio you don't even need them. They're just an egghead government plot.
How is cutting down on pollution a government plot, Dale?
Open up your eyes, man. They're trying to control global warming. Get it? Global.
So what?
That's code for UN commissars telling Americans what temperature it's going to be in our outdoors. I say let the world warm up. See what Boutros golly thinks about that. We'll grow oranges in Alaska.
All right. Thoughts about that global? You know what? Getting out of this COVID shit, and then I guess if nothing really happens, hopefully with the World War III thing, I believe this is what they're going to use next. This is what
The
you're going
next
to be.
narrative?
Yeah, next narrative. Global warming.
Dude, but they've been killing global warming for fucking years.
Yeah.
Remember Al Gore came out and was a big, at least, I'm 32, going to be 32 this year. And when Bush and Gore went, I remember a big thing about Gore was just, I always heard about global warming, and Gore was just going on about global warming. So they've been beating that fucking horse into the dirt for a long time. And now they got, your girl, Greta Thunberg. How dare you? How dare you?
That time traveler?
Yeah, dude, that fucking time traveler, man. I mean, she never ages. I mean, that poor psyoped girl. God bless her heart. I mean, they've been beaten. I wouldn't be surprised, man. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, and I'm sure they know how to manipulate this shit too, man.
Yeah. Last time I checked, Grand Prairie, fucking Alberta, Canada, is still getting just as much snow as it ever fucking has, if not more. So.
And you got people like Bill Gates buying up land, trying to block out the sun and shit like that. Like,
right. But the other thing too is like, dude,
what's the plan?
Like, I don't know, man. It doesn't make sense. Even Elon made a tweet that said something to the effect of, he even agreed that if there was, he said that sustainable electric energy cannot put out as much if there was a dire emergency as normal fossil fuels would. I don't know how to articulate it, but the bandwidth or what have you of electric sustainable stuff isn't near as large and quick and reactive as fossil fuels can be in a dire situation.
Yeah.
So just global warming, man. I mean, they're always going to beat this shit into the fucking dirt. Have you? I mean,
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I mean,
that's how I see it going.
Weather's always crazy, bro.
It's like a cycle to it, yeah. But I really think that's what they're going to be wrapping up next. Yeah, let's get on to the next one though. This is the beat.
Don't worry, Bill. I'm not going to let my credit and good name be done in by a damn computer error.
Computers don't make errors. What they do on purpose. By now, your name and particulars have been fed into every laptop, desktop, mainframe, and supermarket scanner that collectively make up the global information conspiracy, otherwise known as the Beast.
The Beast.
The Beast.
Mark of the Beast.
The number of the Beast.
Number of the Beast. Yeah, man. Everything, even your cell phone that you have on with you at all times, collecting data.
Dude, I mean, not to jump off on a little tangent, but dude, I mean, that's just transhumanism, man. It really is. I mean, when I was a kid, they were these geopets or some shit, and you would keep in your pocket, and it'd be a little fucking shitty little electronic thing, and it'd go off and you had to feed your thing and keep it alive, and it was super popular. And I swear to God, that's where they really implemented and gotten people, having some electronic thing. You always got to look at it and feed it, during these, they're just programming you. And then fucking, this comes out, dude. I am so addicted to my fucking phone, man. It is crazy. I am not afraid to admit it, dude. I don't even give a fuck about my screen time because I know it's insane, ridiculous,
And we experienced both life before technology blew up and what it's going through now. You can just imagine the kids now growing up, man. Well, that's all they know.
They're born with fucking iPads in their hand and stuff, dude. So, I mean, this could, that's why I was like super hesitant. And dude, I don't really give a fuck, man. That's why I haven't done fucking Ancestry.com shit. I don't want them to have like my DNA or anything. Like, I've been a good dude. Like, they don't have my fingerprints anywhere. Like, no one's gotten my DNA or anything like that. Shit, they might have shit on me when I was a kid. A lot of semen. I won't lie about that. But it's
Stopped you with the semen?
Yeah, you stumped me with the semen. I had some semen in my throat. So it's I don't know, dude. I just don't think, even now, like, they've got on your phone, it will say
you're gonna get like ads later, bro, saying that,
dude,
you need this medicine and go get this done, and they're gonna know more about you than you know about yourself, bro. Straight the fuck out. With your DNA, with the algorithms and the shit that you're looking into, they really know more about you than you probably know about yourself.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, you and I have talked about it before, where you just have a general conversation, and next thing you know, you're scrolling through your social media feed, and up pops an ad for what the fuck you just talked about earlier in the day.
Yeah,
and that's fucking weird.
Or
and it's not a coincidence. Where I know this has happened to you. It happened to me a lot. Where you just, and maybe this is just because they reran the same goddamn fucking movie, but, you're at school or whatever, doing whatever, and you think, fuck, man, I haven't heard that song or watched that movie or that show in a long time. Guess what? On your way home or when you get home, that fucking song you haven't heard in forever pops on. Or that fucking show, you get home and that show is just fucking, or that movie's just fucking starting. You're like, what a fucking coincidence. That's not a coincidence, dude. Yeah. That shit's for sure listening to you, dude.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a slippery slope, dude. Yeah. It's a slippery fucking slope, man. And, when CVID came out, fucking, people were talking about vaccine passports and how that could be a closer push to social credit scores, man.
Yeah. And I think that's what they're trying to usher into, man.
Oh, I believe it.
That's what that guy, what's his name? Klaus Schwab?
Yeah, your boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dude, that's probably like the whole thing about the Great Reset is them ushering in that shit, bro.
100%, dude.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. I mean, it's fucking
no
scary,
bueno.
man.
Yeah.
No, the beast is for sure
amongst us.
It's amongst us, and it is a slippery slope. We need to be very mindful of where it's going.
All right, next.
I promised your kidney to a 10-year-old boy.
What? You can't do that! I can't believe this. You were supposed to protect me. Oh, God! They know I know. I'm in the network. Why isn't my head wrapped in tin foil?
Mr. Gribble, we're going to need you to calm down. Look at me.
It's happening! The harvest has begun! How could you let this happen to me, Hank? I trusted you!
It's hilarious, man. But that shit is real, man.
Oh, dude.
Organ harvesting,
bro.
Shit. Either you go to some fucking third world country or, maybe the aliens abducting your ass and shit. I believe that shit's going on.
Dude, I've heard stories where a famous, whoever, politician, just famous person, is in dire need of whatever the fuck, and there's somebody in the hospital that's in surgery that just happens to be the perfect match. And guess what? That person they don't happen to make it.
Ooh.
They don't happen to make it. Sorry, man. Hey, but guess what? Not in vain, because just coincidence, we got fucking Billy Bobo over here who needs his, left pinky toe stat. And you got the perfect fucking match. It's a Cinderella story. There's so many of those instances happening, dude. You know, whether you're selling your kidney for beer money or the fucking CIA is stealing it. That shit's fucking. It's organ harvesting is a real thing, dude. You can go on the dark web, black market, and fucking. You could buy a liver easily, dude.
Shit, bro. Damn, well, it's good to know if I do need a liver. I guess. I
think a kidney normally goes for like 24,000.
Damn.
And you can live fine, bro, with one kidney. You know, you just have to cut your energy drink consumption in half.
Wake up in a bathtub full of ice.
I mean, if you do it yourself, yeah. I think it's an old myth. I don't think that ever actually happened.
Oh no, that's crazy though. I've seen movies about that.
About prostitutes taking kidneys.
Yeah. Taking their John's kidneys and shit, left nuts and all that too.
Damn.
They don't always swallow them; they take them.
Shit, my thing is like, if you have enough ability to fucking lift a man up, cut him open, safely remove his kidney, suture everything up, totally fine, throw him in a thing of ice, and you're a fucking prostitute, and you wasted. Why didn't be a doctor? I mean, holy fuck. Does that make more sense?
And it's funny too how he mentioned right now about his tinfoil hat. I gotta say a shout out to Tinfoil Hat. I love that podcast. But anyways, I wonder the source of that. What is? Do you know much about the tinfoil hat?
Of course.
How that came about?
Of course.
Like, does that block some shit out, information, or who's collecting information?
I mean, probably the government.
Government?
Wouldn't you think?
Government or maybe aliens. Let's get on to the next one.
Aliens.
Say, look, Hank told me about your situation, and I was thinking you could just use a metal detector to trace the pipes back to your tank.
A metal detector? The detector would go off constantly due to the high levels of extraterrestrial alloy in our soil, which acts as a homing beacon to the Martian capital of City.
I think he had some semen in his mouth too. That's funny, man. He's a big UFO alien guy on the show. I noticed that.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. I noticed the episode too when he thinks that his son
is an alien.
Yeah, is an alien and shit.
Yeah. He's going through puberty and shit.
Yeah, and then I guess he was out in Martha, Texas looking at those lights. Do you know much about those lights in Martha, Texas?
Yeah, Marfa,
my bad.
Is a place out in Texas. I think there's a military installation out there. People go out there all the time. They see all kinds of crazy lights and crazy shit. But Marfa, Texas is a real place that has real UFO reportings that you can go to today and probably see some shit. So, and he's, I don't know about you, but I mean, I've heard they've got a great deal on alien urine. So
alien urine. Yeah. We need some of that. He, like I said, he was out doing that while his wife was I guess her and an alien were conceiving a child.
Yeah.
But little does he know, or maybe he does, that it's his what does he call it, friend or the friend of the family, the massage therapist. What is John? What's his name? John Redcorn.
Yeah.
It's funny how like Dale with all these conspiracies, like he's very suspect with the world that he's living in, but not the world that's around him personally, like his family, friends, and stuff like that. Especially with his wife and her affair. It's kind of crazy, man.
It's just what he's blind to and what he's paranoid of. It's just a very, I don't even know,
that's what makes the character so funny.
It's just like a weird flawed, like, not like flawed in a bad way, but like for him personally, like it's just weird to be that open-minded but yet blind to what's going on like all around you at all times.
Yeah.
You know, because he was like at home, and his wife and John Redcorn went on some migraine relief convention or something in Hawaii.
Yeah.
And around that was around the same time that she got pregnant with Joseph and all that stuff and all this crazy type of shit. So
I don't know, man. That's crazy. And I don't know too much about alien soil. Do you know anything about alien soil? It's just funny. I just know he's like a big alien guy. That's why I used that clip.
Well, when he's talking about all the alien alloy in our soil. I mean, I would definitely believe. I mean, shit, man, if fucking aliens have definitely landed
You need
here.
the tinfoil hats out there. So I'm sure that's alien alloy.
Well, I guess. I mean, it could be the alien. I mean, dude, ships have probably crashed here, and we've recovered them and all kinds of shit. I mean, dude, just the evidence of aliens being here is astronomical, dude. Astronomical. So the odds of a fucking ship crashing here for sure, 100%, dude. And like the thing you gotta understand is like, who the fuck knows how people view Earth? Could Earth be just like a chill place you go like on vacation, like the aliens come or whatever? Or do teenagers come here and, you know, throw rocks at alien teenagers come here and throw rocks at mailboxes? You just don't know how people are, you know, aliens perceive Earth. So some drunk teenagers could have came, crashed their fucking spaceship and shit, and got recovered. I mean, the same thing happened. What was it? Roswell.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's why probably all this like technology and that we have now, like it grew within like maybe like 70 years or something like that. Like it just took off, bro, like crazy.
The rate that technology is growing, it's almost scary. I forgot. Somebody said it really eloquently. And I can't remember how exactly they said it, but basically said something along the lines of that technology is evolving faster than the human is.
Especially during war.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like we're very innovative during that time. Mm-hmm. So even what we're going through right now, who knows what's to come?
Who knows, man? I mean,
yeah.
Just you talk about technology and evolution. I mean, transhumanism is definitely just what comes to my mind. So.
And the military has this shit decades before regular people have it.
Way long before.
And let's get into the next one.
Bill, you spent 20 years on this base. How do we get off this dang target range?
What are you asking Bill for? The Army destroyed all his brain cells with their deadly placebo drug. No wonder he's an ignoramus.
What did you say?
Ignoramus. It means stupid, you moron.
Dale, you said placebo.
Yeah, I read it in Bill's file. That was the name of the drug they gave him. Placebo. I think it's made by Pfizer.
Dale, you...
That's crazy, man. That's he foresaw whatever that was gonna happen in the future.
All of that, dude.
All of that, and by who maybe.
But Pfizer's been around a long time. I mean, it's impossible you've never not taken a Pfizer thing. I think Pfizer has like Advil, all that kinds of shit.
And but we know governments are testing people and doing crazy experiments and shit like that since God knows when it started. You know what I mean? Since the birth of
the Tuskegee experiments. I mean, who knows what kind of experiments people have been done on them in the military? Because, dude, I wouldn't be surprised if,
or even in sports. Look at the Russians.
That's just cheating. I mean, they were just doping.
Dude, well, whatever, man. They're like guinea pigs and shit. They'll hook them up to any machine and cables and feed them whatever kind of steroids they, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Anyways.
I just don't know how, like, at some point you'll have to intervene with, like, actual technology if you really want to, like, create, like, a super soldier or something. I don't think you can, like, inject a fluid into somebody and all of a sudden they have, like, x-ray vision or they're, like, 3 times stronger or something. Yeah, because there's a thing in the series where Bill gets all drunk and goes and steals an army tank during the army games, and he takes it out into the city and all this stuff, and then that's when that scene happens. And, you know, he's all pissed off because he thinks that...
Have you, Hank? Putin?
Because, like we mentioned before, Bill used to be, like, prime and all that stuff, and then over the years he just became bald, fat, lonely, and, you know, unconfident. And he thought the military was to blame for that because they would always give him these super shots that they would call super shots.
Operation Walrus.
Yeah, Operation Walrus. And they thought that they were going to have like a military front in the Arctic and they needed people with like a lot of hair, like a lot of body hair and thick, blubber, to keep them warm. And they showed a picture and it basically looked like a hairy version of, Bill with a gun in his hand and shit. So he got all mad. Thinking that the army was to blame for his misfortunes in life, but, come to find out.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, man. They run all kinds of fucking experiments on people. I wouldn't be surprised if, I don't know if it's like when you get into the military, maybe when you get to a certain point, I'm sure you sign a piece of paper that basically like absolves all your rights as a human, as a person. They could just inject you, and if you fucking die, okay, oh well, throw them in the fucking pit, whatever. You know, they do all that kind of secret shit. Lab rats, fucking.
Lab rats.
Yeah, dude. And fuck, man. But Pfizer, don't even get me started on Pfizer.
Yeah. Well, I think that's all the conspiracies I have right now. But man, great show. Love the show. Love the characters. Love Dale Gribble and all his Gribble talk. You know, and like I said, they are bringing the show back, which, you know, awesome. But you know, with the character and in the world we're living in today, the state that it's in, you know, shit, we're kind of like on the brink of war. I don't know, man. And I don't agree with war, man. I wish there was no such thing as war, but I do believe if shit like this happens, you have to defend yourself, bro. And Dale Gribble, man, he's really big on this, and I know
president of the gun club, for fuck's sake.
President of the gun club, and he's, you know, Second Amendment all the way. And I don't know, what do you think he will say?
What would he say?
Guns don't kill people. The government does.